Who was Stephen Hawking, and how did he predict about the world and God? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have a very special story about a man who changed the way we understand the universe. His name is Stephen Hawking. Many people know him as one of the smartest scientists who ever lived. But what made him so special? How did he predict things about the world and even about God? Today, we will learn about his life, his work, and how his thoughts on the universe continue to inspire millions of people around the world. Early life of Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking was born on January 8th, 1942, in Oxford, England, during a very difficult time in the world. World War II. His father, Frank Hawking, was a medical researcher, and his mother, Isabel Hawking, was a secretary. They didn't have a lot of money, but they made sure that their children had the best education possible. Stephen had two younger sisters and one adopted brother. From a young age, Stephen was very curious. He loved to ask questions about how things worked. His family often joked that Stephen would spend hours trying to figure out how things like clocks worked. He was fascinated by science and the world around him. He didn't just accept things the way they were, he wanted to understand them deeply. However, when Stephen was young, he wasn't a very good student in school. He didn't do well in most subjects. But there was one thing he was great at: math. He loved solving difficult math problems, and he quickly became known for his talent in that area. Stephen's teachers saw his potential, and soon he was accepted into a very prestigious university, University College London, where he studied mathematics and later went on to study theoretical physics at the University of Cambridge. A life-changing diagnosis: ALS. When Stephen was just 21 years old, he was diagnosed with a disease called ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. This disease affects the muscles and makes it harder for people to move their bodies. The doctors told Stephen that he might only live for a few more years, and that he would slowly lose the ability to speak, move, and even breathe. This news was devastating. Most people would have given up after hearing such a diagnosis. But Stephen Hawking was not like most people. Instead of focusing on his disease, he focused on his work. He decided to keep studying, writing, and doing everything he could to continue his research. As his body grew weaker, his mind grew even sharper. Stephen was able to continue working with the help of a special computer system that allowed him to communicate. His disease took away his ability to move and speak clearly. But with the help of this technology, Stephen was still able to share his groundbreaking ideas with the world. The big ideas of Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking became one of the most famous scientists in the world. He was known for his incredible work on the theory of relativity, black holes, and the origin of the universe. Let's look at some of the key ideas that made him famous. The theory of relativity and time. Stephen Hawking became famous for his work on black holes and the Big Bang Theory. The theory of relativity is a concept that was first explained by the famous scientist Albert Einstein. Einstein's theory told us how gravity works in space. It also showed us how time behaves in space. Hawking took Einstein's ideas and built upon them. He used these theories to try to understand how the universe began. One of Hawking's most important discoveries was about black holes. A black hole is a place in space where the gravity is so strong that it pulls everything in, including light. Scientists used to think that once something fell into a black hole, it could never come out. But Stephen Hawking showed that this was not entirely true. He said that black holes could release energy over time, which is a surprising discovery that changed the way scientists think about black holes. The Big Bang Theory and the origin of the universe. Hawking's most famous work was on the Big Bang Theory, which is the idea that the universe began from a single point. Imagine the universe starting as a tiny, hot ball of energy, smaller than a grain of sand. Over billions of years, it expanded, and over time, stars, planets, and galaxies were formed. Stephen Hawking worked to answer one of the biggest questions in science. How did the universe begin? According to his research, the universe was created in the Big Bang, a huge explosion that happened around 13.8 billion years ago. This explosion caused the universe to start expanding, and it has been growing ever since. Hawking's work helped us understand that the universe is still expanding today. He also helped us understand that time itself began with the Big Bang. Before that, time didn't exist. Black holes and Hawking radiation. Stephen Hawking's theory on black holes is another important discovery. He proposed that black holes aren't just black. They can actually give off a special kind of radiation. This radiation, which is now called Hawking radiation, is a way for black holes to lose energy over time. This was a revolutionary idea because it contradicted what scientists had previously believed about black holes. Scientists used to think that nothing could escape from a black hole, not even light. But Hawking showed that black holes could slowly release energy in the form of radiation, and eventually they could disappear completely. This discovery helped us understand more about the universe and how energy works. It also made Stephen Hawking famous because it showed his ability to think differently and challenge old ideas. How did he predict about God? Stephen Hawking's work on the universe and its beginnings led him to think deeply about the question of God. Many people believe that God created the universe, but Hawking had a different idea. In his book, The Grand Design, Stephen Hawking argued that the universe could have come into being without the need for God. According to Hawking, the laws of physics, like gravity and other natural laws, could explain how the universe began. He believed that the universe could have formed from nothing and that God didn't need to create it. Hawking's views on God were controversial. Many religious people believe that his ideas were in conflict with their beliefs. However, Stephen never said that science and religion couldn't exist together. He believed that science could explain how the universe works. But that doesn't mean we can't still ask big questions about life and the meaning of everything. In his later years, Stephen said that he thought the idea of God could be an important part of the human experience. While he didn't believe in a personal God who creates and controls the universe, he still respected people's beliefs and the role of religion in their lives. Living with ALS, a lesson in perseverance. Stephen Hawking's story is not just about science. It is also a story of perseverance and never giving up. Despite his disease, which slowly took away his ability to move and speak, Stephen continued his work. He used technology, such as a special computer system, to communicate with the world. His dedication to his research and his positive attitude inspired millions of people worldwide. Even though doctors told him that he would not live long, Stephen lived for over 50 years after his diagnosis. He kept working, giving lectures, writing books, and inspiring others to never give up, no matter what challenges they faced. Stephen taught us that no matter what obstacles you face in life, you can still achieve amazing things. He showed the world that having a strong mind and a passion for learning can help you overcome even the greatest difficulties. The legacy of Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking passed away on March 14th, 2018, at the age of 76. But his work continues to inspire people all over the world. His books, his ideas, and his story of perseverance are now part of scientific history. In his life, Stephen received many awards and honors. He was recognized as one of the greatest minds of the 20th and 21st centuries. His contributions to science, particularly in the areas of cosmology and black holes, changed how we see the universe. He was also a very important voice for people with disabilities, showing the world that a disability does not define who you are or what you can achieve. Even after his death, Stephen's ideas continue to shape how we think about science, time, and the universe. His legacy lives on in the many students, scientists, and ordinary people who continue to be inspired by his life and work. So, who was Stephen Hawking? He was a brilliant scientist who changed how we see the universe. He predicted that the universe began from the Big Bang and that black holes release energy. He also shared his thoughts on God and how the universe might work without needing a creator. Stephen Hawking is proof that with hard work, curiosity, and never giving up, you can change the world. We may not have all the answers, but his story helps us keep asking important questions. Stephen Hawking's life shows us the power of the human spirit. He never let his illness stop him from doing what he loved, studying the mysteries of the universe. His life and work remind us to always stay curious, to keep learning, and to never give up on our dreams, no matter the challenges we face. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories. Keep learning and stay motivated.